Welcome to Future Forward, a blog and web series created to get the future generation excited about their own future. Today, we're going to a place perfect to connect with nature, plan events, or even vacation. Welcome to Wildlife Prairie Park.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Could you introduce yourself for the camera?
I'm Roberta English, CEO of Wildlife Prairie Park.
I'm really excited about this cluster of interviews. First things first, what's your position at Wildlife? How do you contribute to the park and the people?
So I'm the Chief Executive Officer, so I'm the head person here. And what I do is fundraise and do strategic thinking for the company as a whole and revenue generating functions so we can keep this park open and part of the community.
What do you need to get this job? What were the qualifications?
The main qualification to being a CEO of a nonprofit is the ability to fundraise, to raise money. So a good significant part of our revenue comes from donors, people who care about the park. We do not get state funds and we don't get tax dollars, so we have to be very entrepreneurial and generate our money every day.
That's awesome. Do you enjoy the day-to-day? What does it look like for you?
I do enjoy the day-to-day because every day is different. So I can't say that there's one good answer for that, because I would say I come in, find out what crazy is happening today, and then deal with it, and then figure out how to make some money. So I would say every day is like that.
That's awesome. What kind of person do you think would be best for a job like this?
I think you have to be very strategic minded. Strategy is a big part of the job, being able to see down the road 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 years down, always forward thinking and not somebody who gets too stuck in the clay of the current.
That's awesome.
It takes a lot of vision.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of the job?
My favorite part of this job is being close to nature, being able to get outside and get a perspective. It's a lot different from working in an office or other jobs I've had. You go outside and it's like, oh yeah, this is God's green earth. This is why we're here. This is why we need people to be out here, because it's very healing.
I love that. Mm-hmm. What would you suggest for someone wanting to go into your field of work?
If you want to be a CEO of a nonprofit, I would say volunteer, actually. Start off volunteering, figuring out what's passionate to you so you can start to learn about mission, because that's what we're doing here. We are moving our mission forward. We're selling a mission. So if you can get attached to any cause, I have like 11, so if you get attached to any cause that you care about, then you can, and volunteer with organizations, then you can see what it takes to keep these organizations going, and then you might start to think about, well, hey, maybe that's something I can do, and started fundraising.
That's awesome. What are some mistakes that you would recommend avoiding?
I think it's very difficult to come into a new situation naive. So I think it's not easy to be the boss of anything. So I think you have to really work hard to see things from a bunch of different directions and not be surprised when things don't go your way.
Anything you'd like to show off?
Sure. Well, we have a herd of bison and elk, as you know. And since I'm the boss, I get to take toys. And this is one of the ones I like. So our male elk, Ernest, he sheds his antlers every year. So this is just one. So can you feel it? He carries 2 around like that on his head.
Whoa! So, that is so cool.
And when he sheds it, it's obviously, this is where it separates from his head, and then it grows back. They grow back. So I think I love marvelous stuff like this about the animals, and I get to learn. You learn something in every job you do, but I like to get to learn things like that. So
that is awesome.
Yeah. So that's what we do. We educate children.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, thank you so much for coming here today.
My pleasure.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too.
Could you introduce yourself on the camera?
My name is Brielle, and I'm the lead animal keeper here at Wildlife Prairie Park.
Just to start off, what's your position at Wildlife? What do you do to keep the park ticking?
So I'm the lead animal keeper. I work with the a team of animal keepers, and our job is to make sure the animals are fed, cleaned, and everything is looking nice.
What did you do to qualify for the job, and what jobs did you do before this one?
So to qualify for the job, I did an internship right before this. I worked at a small farm and zoo a couple hours away from here, and I basically was an animal keeper there as well. I took care of the animals, cleaned, did all of that good stuff. And in school, I did some volunteering at the Humane Society, and that helped me qualify for this.
Did you enjoy what you did before this?
I did enjoy it. We at the zoo we had a lot of exotic animals compared to here where we have mostly the native stuff. So it was a really wide variety of animals, but I didn't like it as much as here, if I'm going to be honest.
What do you think is most important for an employee to have at their workplace?
Honestly, I think the most important thing is to have a good team behind you. The animal department here, we're just kind of one big family, and that's what makes the job so easy, per se. The job itself is pretty hard, but having that team behind you and working together makes it a lot more fun, and things go a lot more smoothly.
What's the hardest part of your job?
The hardest part is just not knowing what's going to happen next. It's always so unpredictable. We have our certain routes we have to get done every day, so you know exactly what animals you're feeding, what you need to clean, but then there's always things that go wrong and things that go kind of off track a little bit, and that's definitely the hardest. But
what's the craziest things that happen at your job?
Oh goodness, there's so many different things. I was just telling somebody earlier that I accidentally caught a baby snake that wasn't ours, that I thought was ours, and put it in with our baby snakes, and it was really mean, and we couldn't figure out why it was so mean, and because it wasn't ours. That's the one thing that I can think of off the top of my head, but there's just so many little things that go.
That is insane.
Yeah.
What makes it all worth it though?
What makes it all worth it is honestly the public getting to come out and see all of our hard work. Like obviously we always have to clean, we always have to feed animals, even when there's nobody here, but when, like especially now the weather's getting nice and there's more people coming out, having people to getting to see our hard work and actually show off like our animals, and because I love talking about our animals, and so getting to talk about that with people and getting them teach them new things about them, it's fun.
What do you think would be best to start off for someone wanting to go into your field of work?
So definitely a lot of experience, whether it's volunteering at a humane society, just working with cats and dogs, to getting as many different internships as you can, and taking as many, if you can take classes, like any science class, literally anything to do with like animals or science, as much as you can get it, whether it's volunteering, internships, just a job, I don't know, anything like that.
Anything to show off?
Yes, I want to show Little John, who is our fox snake.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yes. Yo, sir. What are you doing? Are you digging? You have a plate growing, sir. Are you under the water? What are you doing? Come on.
I'm glad you got me and not somebody else. I know people who would be so afraid of this.
See, that's why I like to show him. Okay.
Hi there.
So this is Little John. He's our western fox snake. He is my favorite snake we have here. He's just so easygoing. He's very curious. I like to show him off because a lot of people don't like snakes, and they kind of have this stigma behind them that they're scary and they'll bite you and all that, but really they're not.
Oh, he looks awesome.
Yes, he's very sweet, very curious. He always, whenever we open his door to his enclosure, he pops his head out and says hello. So usually whenever I'm cleaning him, I'll take him out a little bit, let him roam around because he loves it.
That is so awesome.
Yes. Whoa.
Oh. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. He's like, hello. Yeah. Good job. Good job.
Well, I think that's all.
Awesome. Well, thank you for doing this. That was fun.
Thank you for coming out here. Thanks. Well, you work here, so coming over to this.
Explore these careers and many others at my blog, Future Forward. Until next time.